Hey guys, and welcome to my channel Vlogging in Tokyo. And today's topic for this video is basically the transition of Hello Project in the next 2 to 3 years. I think the biggest change with Hello Project for the next 2 to 3 years will definitely be the main flagship group, Morning Musume. Basically, right now, Morning Musume has 2 6th generation members and then 3 younger generations, the 9th, 10th, and 11th generations. And Tanaka Reina is graduating from Morning Musume very, very soon. And I think it will be a big, massive change in Morning Musume because a lot of fans of Morning Musume have been so used to Tanaka Reina being the lead vocalist in a lot of Morning Musume singles. So for her voice to suddenly disappear from the next Morning Musume singles will be a big, massive change for Morning Musume fans to get used to. And I think after Tanaka Reina graduates, definitely within the next 2 to 3 years, Sayumi will definitely graduate. For 3 reasons, I believe. One, either she gets forced out of Morning Musume by Sunku because she's a big, massive fan of Morning Musume. She's loved being a member of Morning Musume, and her biggest feat of Morning Musume is becoming a fantastic leader for Morning Musume. The second one, I think, is because she wants to break Miyagi's record of being the longest Morning Musume member. And then I think the third one is basically the age gap between her and the younger generations, which is roughly about 5 years, because she's 22, 23, and Haruna, the next oldest member, is 17. And I think that will be the reason for Sayu to graduate. And once Sayu has graduated, it will be a very, very big thing, because from being a fan of Morning Musume, I've been so used to the older groups of girls, and now with Tanaka Reina and Sayumi graduating, they will be the last members of the Platinum era to graduate, because I became a fan at the beginning of the Platinum era when Omnani Sechiare was released. And now, within the next 2 to 3 years, Morning Musume is going to turn into a brand new group, with the 9th generation being the oldest members, then the 10th generation, then the 11th generation, and then the 12th generation, which is up and coming very, very soon. And I think it's going to be a big, massive change for Morning Musume. But I absolutely adore the 9th generation. The 10th generation are just as fantastic. The 11th generation, Oda Sakura, is just making her way into the group and trying to gel in as a solo generation member. And then we have the 12th generation that will be coming up soon. And of course, they'll be like the new trainee members of Morning Musume, you know, trying to get used to the group and everything. But it's going to be very, very different for Morning Musume. It's going to be a completely whole new lineup, and I think the transition of that will be very, very difficult for Morning Musume fans in the west part of the world. In my opinion, it's not fact. A lot of people have said, I'm not sure if I can continue to listen to Morning Musume once Reina and Sayu have graduated. And to be honest, I won't deny it, I felt the same thing. I thought there's all these new girls and I haven't gotten used to them yet. And even now, I've only just got used to the 9th generation members. I've gotten used to the generation, and I absolutely love the 9th generation. They gel so well together. The 10th generation, I'm near enough there. And then Sakura, I'm still getting used to her. But I think the one thing that Morning Musume needs to concentrate on, now after Sayu and Reina graduate, is basically working on the personalities of the girls. Talent-wise, they're doing very well. They're all, as a group, a fantastic bunch of dancers, and then we have the vocalists out of these certain generations, which is Riho Mizuki, Sato Masaki, and Ayumi. And I think those 4 will be like the central vocalists, I believe, and then the other girls will kind of be underneath. And I think Sakura will also be a main vocalist as well. But I think for these other girls, I think Haruna has the modelling factor, so she can use her looks to her advantage. Haruka is the tomboy, and I think she should keep using that and use it to her advantage and magnify it so she stands out, because Yoshi stood out with her tomboyish character in my opinion, and I think Haruka could do just as well. And then Elena, I think, with her water character, before Nigaki Risa left, it brought her out, it made her stand out a bit more than usual, and I think if she does that but apply to other Hello Project members, then I think she will definitely stand out as a member. And then for Canon, I miss her. I miss her from when she first debuted in Morning Musume. She was a right laugh. She was funny. I could relate to her. And she was just so lovely. But I think with her now being a senpai member of Morning Musume, it probably made her mentality change and think I need to be a bit more grown up now, which is a shame because she has grown up. Like, she's much more mature. But at the same time, I wish she would keep her comedy character, so then, you know, she could stand out. Because Morning Musume as idols, it isn't just about talent, it's also having the personality and standing out. And I think if those four members work on their personalities, they can stand out in like television shows, etc., when Morning Musume finally promote themselves on television. And then the other five girls can work on their vocals. As for the 12th generation, I'm not sure about that yet because the auditions have just been announced, and I'm not sure what's going to happen in those auditions yet and what's to be expected of the 12th generation. Then moving on to Berries and Cute. Berries and Cute have been a very stable lineup for the past couple of years. It's kind of like the secondary groups of Hello Project. And the members are getting to the ages now where they're starting to not age as idols because they're still pretty young, but idol-wise they're getting on a bit. Because they've been together for so long, and I think in the next 2 to 3 years, or even 4 at a push, I think Berries and Cute will have a mass graduation. Which I hate to say it because I never ever want it to happen because I love Berries and Cute, and they have a bunch of talented members. And one thing that I would love to happen if these groups ever graduated was to be signed by some other companies. Cute have done successfully well with their sales so far, and I think Berries also can improve. Depending on like their image or whatever. I think Berries are a fantastic group, but they're always changing stuff. Like, they've gone from one sexy to disco with Asian Celebration, and I think they kind of need to focus on one kind of image. Like, Morning Musume has the cool image, Cute has the sexy image, and I think Berries Kobo could have kind of like the funky image, like disco kind of thing, because that really, really works for them. And it would be fantastic if these groups could graduate and continue as groups in another field. But for right now, in the next couple of years, I'm going to keep tight hold of these groups and just really, really support them until they graduate. And then with Smiley, I think they're another group that will also go through a big, massive transition. In the next couple of years, Ayaka and Canon will eventually graduate as first generation members, and then Smiley is going to return to another 4-member lineup, which will be with the second generation members. And to be honest, I can't really say a lot about Smiley because they're not really a group that I strongly follow in comparison to Morning Musume, Berries and Cute. Smiley just don't really cater to my tastes, but I cannot deny that the girls are very, very talented and they're starting to shine out more. And my favourite member from Smiley at the moment is Akari because she's, I guess, a fantastic singer and I absolutely adore her. But I think once Smiley have kind of become just the second generation, I'm not even sure if Sunku will even add in a third generation, but we never know. I think if Smiley goes to a 4-member lineup with the second generation, I really want them. I mean, it's not the girls' fault, it's mainly on management because the girls can only do so much in terms of promoting themselves. But I think promotion should really. I think the management should really promote the girls much, much more because their sales, they're consistent, but they're not as good in terms of like Berries and Cute, which is a shame because Smiley are a very good group, and even though they don't cater to my taste, I want them to do as well as the other Hello Project groups. So I think once the first generation members have graduated, it will be a completely new Smiley. Just like Morning Musume will be a completely new group. And then moving on to Goose Goose, which is, they're currently an indie group and they're releasing their first indie single very, very soon. Goose Goose are a new group which consists of Hello Project eggs. I would say the official term, but I'm very bad at pronouncing it. So yeah, please forgive me. I'll write it down somewhere, but you know the drill. And basically, the only member that I know so far out of Goose Goose is Karen, and she's a fantastic vocalist. And I've seen the performance of their new single, and they're really well as a group. I think Sunku picked the right girls out for this group, and I really want to keep a close eye on these girls and see what happens. And I think Sunkum also mentioned that he'd also make another group of trainees and make them like kind of another group like Juice Juice. And I think once Berries and Cute have graduated, Juice Juice and the second trainee group will take over their roles, and after that it's going to be a completely new Hello Project, and I'm excited to see it, but at the same time I'm kind of pessimistic about it because of as a fan of Hello Project, it's always changing, it's always revolutionising itself. And sometimes as a fan, even I lose track of the transitions, especially with the 9th, 10th and 11th generation auditions. I'd only just gotten used to a group of girls, and then all of a sudden there's a new generation, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I haven't gotten used to the other girls yet, or they aren't as good yet. But yeah, I think that'll be a big massive thing for me as Hello Project as a whole. And a lot of fans of Hello Project, especially Morning Musume fans, they have admitted that they don't really know if they want to listen to Morning Musume anymore once Sayu and Reina have graduated, which I can understand, but at the same time, I love these new generations, and I think they have a lot of fantastic potential to really revolutionise Morning Musume as a completely new group. And I have to admit, even I admitted that I said I don't know if I can listen to Morning Musume still once all of these older members have gone. But yeah, the current image of Morning Musume and their latest singles have been singles that I really, really love. Brainstorming is absolutely fantastic, and Kimise is absolutely fantastic as well. It's very empowering, and I think Morning Musume can really, really do well. You know, as long as the promotions keep going and their sales are still consistent. And I think if Hello Project apply the same principles to Morning Musume to the other groups as well, I think Hello Project can do very, very well for itself. I think the one thing with Hello Project is the fact that I think they like to play it safe. They've got a stable fan base of Waters and a small minority of international fans, but at the same time, even though they're slowly rising, I think they're still scared of spending extra money on promotions and better MVs, etc. Because they wouldn't want to spend extra money on all these promotional materials if it's not going to work out. They don't want to waste money on something that isn't going to work out. But to be honest, with AKB48, I'm not comparing them as like Morning Musume versus AKB48. Just scratch that from your head. But I think with AKB48, when they first started out, the management spent a ton load of money on promotions, and it got up to the point where they were nearly bankrupt from how much money they were spending. But once Beginner came out and the millions of sales rolled in, it worked out in their favour, and AKB48 have got so much money on their hands that they can create fantastic pieces of music videos and promotional materials. And I think if Hello Project did the same thing, then it would work out for the better. But then again, we never know. They might not have the same qualities as AKB48 to be worldwide famous, even though they are, but not as a big of a scale as AKB48. But yeah, I really want Hello Project to do very, very well, and I want them to be much more bigger than they are now. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts on everything Hello Project in the next 2 to 3 years in a nutshell. And yeah, sorry if I've not spoken very well. I've got a sore throat and I keep biting my tongue, and it's oh, I'm still getting used to vlogging, so please bear with me. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later in another vlog or another topic video. So basically my question for you guys of today is basically, what do you think about the 12th generation? Is there any girls that you know already that you want to be part of the 12th generation? Or is there any kind of format that you want the 12th generation to fall into? Please let me know and put them in the comments down below. And I will also do a separate video another day about what I want from the 12th generation members. So thank you for listening, and I will see you guys later.